What's up, guys? Today's Tech Tuesday is a real tech doozy. It's a lot of little squirts of tech news that happened in the last week, so we're gonna run down them really quick.
What the fuck is that?
Oh my god.
Well, anyway, first off, America's internet service providers are known for being pretty damn shitty.
You suck!
Especially the ones that have been around long enough to get really lazy about actually providing a satisfactory customer experience.
You suck! Two of the biggest offenders are Comcast and Time Warner Cable, so when they announced a while back that they wanted to merge into one company, well, let's just say that people probably weren't too excited about this.
Unless they had stock in the company.
Oh, this is great!
Yeah.
Boost it right up.
So the ISP industry already has a pretty glaring lack of competition going on in it, and creating a mega ISP out of Comcast and Time Warner would mean that over 50% of internet service in this country would be coming from one company.
And this is America, damn it. It's supposed to be capitalist.
Yeah, that's not capitalism.
That one company would have very little reason to try and improve its service. They would probably keep everything really expensive and low speed.
What are you gonna do?
What are you gonna do? Where else are you gonna go? It's already kind of like that. Yeah. Well, guess what, guys? You can breathe a sigh of relief because after the FCC expressed a lot of huge, obvious concerns about the whole thing, Comcast just decided to drop the whole thing.
Which is great. I mean, what's awesome is that FCC Chairman Tom Wheeler, who is actually a former cable industry lobbyist, didn't let all of his years in the cable biz cloud his judgment on this one, saying after the deal fell through, Comcast and Time Warner Cable's decision to end Comcast's proposed acquisition of Time Warner Cable is in the best interests of consumers. The proposed transaction would have created a company with the most broadband and video subscribers in the nation, alongside the ownership of significant programming interests.
So I fucking love this, that he was like a cable lobbyist and then immediately came out and was like, you know what? I fucked up so many things. It's time to be a good guy. Yeah, the reaction on Reddit was like the same thing. It was like everyone hated when he got that position.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, he's using it for good. Wow, this is incredible. You don't see stuff like this very often. But let's move on. Basically, monopolies are bad and cable monopolies are the worst. But anyways, now that we've kind of dodged this bullet, it's important to note that American internet service is still pretty fucking terrible and we have a long way to go.
But with newcomers to the ISP industry like Google coming in and offering high-speed fiber optic services to some areas, the industry is slowly getting that competitive kick in the pants that it needs. It's just gonna take a while.
Yeah, it's funny, like none of these big companies could offer fiber optic speeds probably anywhere, and they only do it when Google comes to those towns.
Like,
and they're like,
shit.
Oh, fuck. Anyways, let's move on. Let's talk about robots. Actually, tiny robots. Actually, really tiny robots, because over at newscientist.com this week, they ran a story about these tiny robots created by engineers at Stanford University. And yes, they're cute and all, but these aren't some little knick-knack you'd find in a loot crate, damn it.
These tiny robots can pull and lift objects 2,000 times heavier than themselves, which is basically the equivalent of a human being dragging a blue whale. Look at that damn thing.
That's like ants. That's what ants do.
Yeah.
Yeah. So how the hell does this work? Basically, the robot's feet are made of an adhesive material that mimics the way gecko feet work. And their bodies mimic how inchworms move, which is to have one part anchored while the other part moves forward, and then switching around to the other way.
Yeah, they're called micro tugs.
Oh, just like the show.
Yeah, it's probably a tribute to this channel's gaming show that was recently canceled.
And then brought back, and then canceled, and then brought back. You know, maybe. But these models don't appear to have a practical purpose outside of moving things really, really slowly. They're saying that larger, improved versions could be useful in an industrial setting or even as a way to bring supplies to people trapped during natural disasters.
Yeah, I mean, there's gotta be some practical use for this. A little tiny robot pulling like a 10-pound weight.
Just entertainment purposes only.
Yeah. But anyway, let's talk about a real disaster. Trying to charge your phone when your wall outlets are too damn far away from the couch you're sitting on.
How are you gonna survive?
Agony.
Oh my god. Well, this Indiegogo campaign aims to solve this age-old problem by putting a USB hub directly into your couch, tucked away between the cushions. It's called the Couchlet. It's only $16 if you buy it from the Indiegogo page. This sucks. Fuck this. Give me the IKEA wireless charging thing.
Yeah, okay. So yeah, I mean, this is definitely one of those things that's very easy to make fun of.
Yeah.
It's basically just asking to be mocked. But honestly, I would use the shit out of this. My wall outlets are actually way too far away from my bed and my couch.
That's because your house was built in like the 1930s because you live in Echo Park. That's not anyone's fault but yours.
I didn't build the house. I wasn't even born yet.
You decided to live there. Anyways, this is kind of just like those IKEA wireless charging lamps that we had in last week's Tech Tuesday. Integrating this kind of tech into our furniture in a subtle way seems to be the way of the future. I just don't, if you're gonna have wireless chargers, you don't need a USB outlet. All phones are gonna have wireless charging soon.
Eventually. if IKEA has its way.
Everything in your whole house is going to have wireless charging.
I'm just tired of fucking buying like 10-foot USB cords that always inevitably stop working.
There's got to be a better way. And you're basically the same guy that started this Indiegogo campaign.
I am. I wish I had.
Yeah.
It's going to make a lot of money.
Speaking of the future, pretty much nobody aside from Silicon Valley dipshits thought that Google Glasses were the way of the future. And that's why Google took them off the market to go back to the drawing board with the idea.
But it's highly likely Google will bring the idea back in a less lame way sometime soon. And it's totally possible that like 50 years from now, augmented reality glasses or contacts or whatever will just be a thing that everyone has.
Yeah, and researchers at Ulm University in Germany are preparing for that eventuality by designing a touch-sensitive belt that allows the user to control their head-mounted display in a much more subtle way than before. And it actually looks like it would work pretty nice.
It does look very punk rock. The aesthetic is a bit odd, but basically all those little metal studs are touch sensitive and the user can like touch, tap, or swipe them to navigate the menus of Google Glass or something like Google Glass without having to take their hands out of their pockets, which is pretty cool.
I mean, sure, it looks stupid now. It'll probably look better in the future.
Well, it's a hell of a lot cooler than Google Glass's original control method. It required you to swipe around the side of the glasses like you're Cyclops getting ready to shoot lasers out of your eyes.
Boom! But while that's all pretty far off and not exactly something anyone has a real pressing need for, let's talk about some very real problems that are affecting us all today.
So when you order a package to your home, you're usually given a huge window of time when the delivery driver could show up, and unless you're basically waiting next to the front door all day long with like a glass up against the door to hear their light knocks, there's a good chance you'll miss the driver and you'll have to wait another day for another delivery attempt.
Yeah, it's pretty maddening sometimes, but a new partnership between Audi, Amazon, and DHL is offering an intriguing solution. Audi owners will be able to authorize delivery drivers to leave packages in the trunks of their cars as long as it's parked at your house.
Yeah, so basically delivery drivers will be given a temporary one-time keyless entry authorization that lets them open your trunk and place the package inside, and then once they close it, they can't open it again, it's locked.
Sure. The system definitely relies on your delivery driver not being a dirty little thief, but for people who are capable of that kind of trust and also drive an Audi, it's a pretty cool option to have.
Yeah, so the program's launching in Munich next month, so if any of you Germans...
You can always trust the Germans!
Yeah. And if any of you are Germans living in Munich and you own an Audi, we actually want to know if you would be willing to try this method. Or actually, I mean, anywhere. So it's an interesting idea.
I mean, they have the Amazon delivery boxes at like 7-Eleven and stuff like that. That's kind of convenient.
Yeah, I think that's actually...
Just go pick it up on the way home.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had packages stolen. It sucks.
Yeah.
Luckily, I work at an office where I can get it shipped here.
I just have
everything shipped here. Get a job at an office.
Yeah.
But enough about boring parcel delivery news. Let's talk about something that's cool as fuck. This company, Blue Vishnu, is kickstarting their 3D capture technology called XX Array, and it's basically a system that captures super detailed 3D images of whatever you put in the middle of its 90 DSLR cameras.
90, that's a lot of cameras.
Yeah.
So basically you stand in the middle, all the cameras take a picture, and you've instantly got an incredibly detailed 3D model of yourself that you can then insert into a 3D animated project or even a video game.
Yeah, remember NBA 2K15's face capture thing that was supposed to let you scan your face and put it on a player? I mean, that was kind of a total mess, unless the environment was
YouTube
perfect.
videos out of it.
It was still pretty cool considering that the Kinect was doing all the capturing.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that you could get that just with the Kinect, now imagine 90 of those.
I mean, it made a lot of monsters, but also some people got it.
My favorite being Steven Larson's monster.
And Vern Troyer.
Yeah, Vern Troyer and APL's monster.
Yeah.
A lot of good monsters. Anyway, so this system is a million times better than that, and if you pledge $99 or more, you get to be scanned at one of their stops on their like big national tour next fall where they travel to 14 US cities with their ridiculous camera rig.
Yeah, and the rewards for giving them more money are pretty awesome too. For $375, you'll get a 3D print of your head. For $395, you get a 3D print of you in a yoga pose or a kung fu pose. For $695, you can get yourself as two bookends.
Yeah,
so
like
that's
holding
cool.
the books.
If you feel like dropping some crazy coin, you can have a presidential bust of yourself for $24.95.
Yeah, so the technology has some more practical possibilities too, like giving you precise measurements for your clothes. This is actually, I would fucking love that. Just tell me exactly how to make my
You could also go to a tailor for like $5.
You gotta go to an old man tailor. They're the only ones that know what they're doing. Anyway,
still a lot
you can also visualize what your body would look like if you put on a little more muscle or lost some weight. It's a good motivator, and it would allow doctors to design perfect fitting medical devices and prosthetics by having a perfect 3D.
This will all be standard in like 10 years.
Yeah.
So I mean, it's cool that they're doing it. All we really want is a photorealistic version of ourselves in a video game, like NBA 2K15, or like, was it Tony Hawk Pro Skater 2 or 3 or something like that? Like you upload a picture and they.
Oh yeah.
I guess we're gonna start seeing these pop up at events like PAX and E3 in a couple years for sure, with developers signing on to make uploading your likeness into their games an easy process.
Yeah,
it's gonna be great for the Oculus.
Yeah.
Boom. There you go.
Yeah, I really just want to like show up to like PAX and just, you know, stand in line for 10 minutes, get scanned, then like, okay, now it's like in your PlayStation account or your Xbox account.
For use in any game.
Yeah.
There you go.
Like if they make a system for this, like that would be so awesome.
Yeah. Anyways, we do have some videos for you guys today, and the first one's all about that Apple Watch that just hit the market. Those of you who can't afford the 24-karat gold model, probably all of you, are in luck because filmmaker Casey Neistat is here to show you how to fake it till you make it.
And all it really takes is some masking tape, an X-Acto knife, and some gold spray paint. Now you'll be attracting thieves in no time.
Yeah, but you can also fight off those thieves with the Iron Man glove from this next video from Laser Gadget's YouTube channel.
Yes, that's an Iron Man glove that shoots lasers powerful enough to singe wood.
Ooh.
So, I mean, it's not exactly gonna incinerate your attacker, but I'm sure if you got them in the eyes with it, they'd back the hell up.
Yeah, but just don't shoot it at helicopters, you'll get arrested.
Yeah. And then they'd probably trip, because they're blind now.
Yeah. So yeah, there you go. That's Tech Tuesday for this week, guys. Check out our interview with Oscar Isaac. He was an amazing guest. And also check out yesterday's episode where the Avengers got leaked onto the internet. And we'll put something else over here. Who knows?
Who knows?
Bye.
Bye.